Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with a new information that I would want to share with you all that has to do with color grading. So um, make sure you stay tuned. Let's roll the intro. Alright, once more, welcome back. So today's video is not going to be long, it's just something I found out recently. I was actually taking my bath where the thought came to my head, and I was like, why is it that these professional looks, when you look at them, they have a good amount of saturation, but at the same time you can notice the separation and the clean look in the image. So this concept came to my head and I decided to try, and it worked. So I picked a picture, like a footage that has color on it already, and I'm going to use this as an example so you can see how this work. So how does this whole idea of having a clean separation in saturation work? Now you notice when you are working with a normal footage, you've done your CST and everything, and you increase your saturation, you might notice that yes, the color is popped, but it's kind of looking dirty and not really beautiful to the eyes, because it's like every color is actually shining at that time, more like you're having a dirty saturation, right? Yes. So this was the whole idea that came to my head. So let me clean up this whole thing, and let's start by doing a proper white balance, just to make sure that our image has a separation first, and we make sure our skin is still sitting in the skin tone line. So maybe I'll stop somewhere around here, or let me find a hero frame. Okay, now this is good. So let's just, looking at our virtual scope, we want to have a balance, so we take it to the other side of the complementary color. So we just start dragging. You can do too much and start bringing it back until you see it's looking okay. So before, after, before, after, this is with our white balance, right? Good. So now what's the next thing to do? Because of you want to get this good saturation, the next thing you can do now is to drop down the saturation of the video, like the global saturation. You can drop it down, but before that I would say maybe let's just do a little correction in our exposure because of the hair. Let's increase our brightness and maybe just push a little contrast. So now this is what we have, right? We're still looking good, still looking good. I'll maybe just drop my highlights a little and we are good. Now this is with um our correction. Then the next node now will be our saturation node. Now here, this is where I will now step down the saturation. Maybe I will drop it to like -30. You can leave it at, sorry, like 30. You can leave it at 30 or at 40. So let me see, I'll leave it at 36. Now dropping this entire saturation, we make the image look pale, we make it look desaturated, right? It's now looking like we are now going back to the flat profile itself. But trust me, this is where the whole magic happens. Now after this is where I get to create my parallel node. Now I get to choose the colors I want to pop and the ones I don't want to pop. So let's say this first one here, I would want to pop only my yellows. So what do? Let's go to our curves and let's select just our yellow, and now let's start. Oh, this is the hue versus luma, so let's select only our yellow, and let's boost our yellow to the point where we want it to be. Now this gives you control. You can work with the um, um, desaturated type of color separation. Like now you can see this is only my yellow popping, whereas let's say this was like this with the original saturation, this is how it will look. But now this is only my yellow popping. You can see even the skin is still looking how it's supposed to be. I can decide to say, okay, now the next thing I'll work is our pink. I don't know if I should call this pink or what, but let me get a frame that has that color properly. Then we select it and work on it. We can select here, and mind you, you can still use your color wrapper to do this. It will be way better and easy because you can even separate each of the shades and hues of this particular color. So let's push this to a point where we are very okay and satisfied with it. Now, mind you, you can make a lot of nice corrections when it comes to creating separation in color. I can decide to say, okay, my yellow percent is going to take like probably um maybe like 60% of the saturation, you get, and I can see continue moving and say, okay, pink will take so percentage, blue will take so percentage. So now it gives me that room to create more color separation in every image and its saturation level, you get. So let me push my yellow again. I want to make sure my yellow is really good. So let me push it and take it up. Still good. This is yellow, this is pink. Now you can see that it's affecting her mouth. Right now, this is where you can still use your qualifier, although I don't really like using qualifier when I'm grading. I like my work to be clean and simple, but for this image is not even a 10 bits footage, so that's why it's going to be hard to create these good separations, right? But with my curves, um with my qualifier, I can be able to create this separation. The next thing here, I can decide to work on this purple. Just maybe pick purple. Let me clean this and come to curves. Just probably pick my purple and just pop its saturation to a level I think is okay. I can stop somewhere around here. For my yellow, maybe I would want to change the hue of my yellow a little bit. Let me see what we have if I change it. Just take it down back a little. I wouldn't want to do much. Somewhere around here I think is very okay for me. This last node here could be maybe where I just want to work on my skin. So you see, this is for my skin. Oh no, not the hue versus hue, should be the hue versus saturation. So this is for my skin. If I boost it up, you can see. So now what we are trying to do is to just have a proper control over our image. One thing you need to understand is that whenever you are color grading, you are supposed to be in control, not you now trying to figure out a way after you are done grading and you're like, oh, this is bad, this is bad. You have to start being in control from the beginning till the end of the grade. So this was what we had before, this is what we have now. This was what we had before, this is what we have now. Just to make this even way better, let's say I want to even leave this as a print, I can just decide to take maybe one of my color, my tones, and I just maybe add it here and see with the tone now, right? You can see the look we have. We're good to go. You can notice that separation. We didn't even work on blues here, so let's pick our blue. You can see we can maybe just boost the saturation of the blue to this level, and maybe let's say we want to change the level of blue we have. Maybe I'll leave it at this. Now I'll take down this saturation off. This is how it would have been before. You can see it's not looking bad, but it's kind of dirty. But with desaturating it from the beginning, it has given us more control, and our image is even looking clean and realistic to the eye. So yes, this is just a new basic concept I just found, and I think it's working really fine for me because I tried it on several clips today and it came out looking pretty well. I still used it here in this particular workflow. You can see this particular color I made, I used it here. You can see that I have green, but I was able to still separate the type of greens we have. If I should come to the saturation node, you'd see that I dropped this saturation to -42 and I was able to get this. So you can basically just use this idea and try it on different type of grades to see if it's going to work pretty fine for you. I still used it here in this particular node. In this particular clip, I still used it here, and mind you, I got these clips from Pixels. So if you really want to try color grading and you don't have footages, you can check Pixels and practice with them. And I'll see you all in my next class. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. If you want to reach out to me for tutorials or personal classes or even projects, I color both music videos, commercials, documentaries and films, you can reach out to me. My contacts and social media handles on the screen, and I'll see you all in my next class. Make sure you stay happy. Goodbye.